Good morning. Hello, friends. Today we are going to discuss another data structure which is called as stack. Now, what is stack? Stack is a linear data structure in which elements are inserted or deleted from one end, and that end is generally called as top of the stack. So, here I am showing in the diagram, this is generally called as a top pointer. So, what is a stack? Stack is a data structure like an array. It is a linear data structure where the elements are inserted or deleted from the stack by using only one end of the stack, which is called as top of the stack. For example, we have already studied array. Array is, again I will show in this way. For example, there are some elements stored in the array like this. Now this is an array, for example, and I want to insert the element between 33 and 10. How you can insert the element? I have to shift all the remaining elements one position downward so that I will get some space over here. So if I want to insert over here 25, so I have to shift 10 over here, 5 over here, 100 over here. So I will shift like this, 10 in this way, and now the spaces get created, that is 10, and that 10 I am overwritten by 25. So in this way I can insert element in the array anywhere. So between these two I can insert, between these two I can insert, between these two I can insert. So at any position I can insert the element. For that, what I have to do, I have to shift all the remaining elements one position downward. Similarly, if I want to delete this 23, what I have to do, I have to shift 25 over here, then this 25 is replaced by 10, which is the next element. This 10 is replaced by 5, which is the next element, then 100, like this. So if I want to delete the element, I can delete the element from any position. So I can delete the element 22, I can delete the element 25, I can delete the element 10. So in array I can delete or insert the element at any position, but this is not the case with stack. So what is stack? In stack, what we have to do, only one end is available. For example, only one end is available. If I am showing that this is the stack, only one end is available, for example top, and from this end either I can insert the element or either I can delete the element. So this is what is stack. So stack, again I am repeating, stack is a linear data structure in which elements are inserted or deleted only by using one end, that is called as a top of the stack. So it is based on the LIFO principle. What is the meaning of LIFO? Last in, first out. So what is LIFO? Last in, first out. So LIFO, L-I-F-O. This is based on the LIFO principle. Last in, first out. What is the meaning of this one? The element which is inserted last, the element which is inserted last is deleted first. So element which is inserted last, it is deleted first again in the case of stack. Now how we can represent the stack in the memory? We can represent the stack in the memory in this way. For example, there are some elements stored in the stack. First is 2, 4, 99, 4 and 16. So at the end of the insert operation, I am inserting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements in the stack. Clear? And so at the end, the stack indicator or pointer is at element number 16 here, because this is the last inserted element. So first I am inserting 2, then top is incremented, then the top is indicated to 4, then if I want to insert another element 99, again the top is incremented and the top becomes 99, another element I am inserting, top become 4, another element I am inserting, top becomes 16. So at the end of the last insert operation, top is indicated to the recently added element, and when I want to delete the element, again the same element is deleted over here, which is indicated by the top. So only one end is available. For example, if I am showing in this way, stack horizontally, only one end is available, which is called as top. This, from this end only, either you have to insert the element or either you have to delete the element. This is what is the stack. What is the normal example of the stack? Stack of books. For example, see, real-time example of the stack is stack of the books like this. For example, I am keeping the one by one book over here. First, only one book is available. Then this is the top. You can say that top is incremented. Then where I have to keep the another book, again this is the next one. Again this is the next one. Again this is the next element I am inserting like this. For example, I am inserting some bit elements like this. This is called as stack of the books. Now if I want to remove the book, if I want to take out the book, only I can take out this book. This is the normal way. So I cannot insert any book over here, or I cannot remove any book from the stack of the from the book of the stack. So only one end is available. So if I want to insert the new book, again this is the only end available where I have to keep the book. Okay, and I want to remove the book, the last element which is inserted, it is deleted first. Again next delete operation, the last recently added element is removed from the stack. So this is, you can say that what is the stack. So this is how I can represent the stack in the memory. One by one the elements are over here, and now the recently added elements is always indicated at the top of the stack. So only one end is available by which you can insert the element or you can delete the element. Now what are the various operations you can say that perform on the stack? Operations perform on the stack. First one is adding the elements on the stack, which is generally called as pushing the elements, or which is generally called as push operation, and then removing the elements from the stack, which is generally called as pop the elements or popping the elements. So two major operations we can perform on the stack: adding the elements onto the stack, which is generally called as pushing the elements or push operation; removing the element from the stack, which is called as popping the element from the stack or pop operation. And the third operation you can do is display the element in the stack, which is generally called as display operation. Okay, so these are the, you can say that, the three major operations which we can perform on the stack. Okay, so I will show you what is push and what is pop operation. So initially we can say that the stack is empty, so there are no elements in the stack, so stack is empty. I will say that top is having the null value first time. Now I am having some elements in my hand. I want to insert that element on the stack. So what I will do, I will insert the first element, for example 10. Here I am pushing the element 10 onto the stack. So what happens now, I am, for example, I will show that I will perform these operations: push 10, push 25, pop operation, then again push 5, then pop operation, again pop operation, like that. So what I am doing, I am performing 1 2 3 4 5 6 operations. Some are pushing the elements, and in some operation I am popping the elements. So first operation I am performing is push 10. So in the memory, whenever I am performing the push operation onto the stack, previously nothing is present onto the stack, but whenever I am performing first push operation, the element 10 is inserted over here as a first element. Then it is indicated by the top of the stack. After that, second operation I am performing is the push 25 operation. These are all the elements. So push 25 means top is incremented by 1, and now to that location the next element is stored. Then I am performing one pop operation. What pop operation does? Pop operation removes the element from the stack, and then the top pointer is decremented by 1. So this is the condition after the third operation, that is popping the element from the stack. After that, again I am pushing element 5 onto the stack. So what happens here? Whenever I am pushing the element, again the top is incremented first, and the element 5 is inserted onto the stack. After that, again I am popping the element. So if I am popping the elements, then again the element 5 is removed and top is decremented by 1, again to pointing to the element number 10. After that, again I am performing the pop operation. So what happened? Now the element 10 is removed from the stack, top is decremented, and top is now having some value null. After that, if I am performing again some 3 push operations, push 15, push 20, and then push for example 30. So after this, again when I am performing push 15 operation, the top is incremented by 1 and the element 15 is stored over here. Now top is having some value. Now when I am performing the second push operation, the top is incremented by 1 and the 20 is stored over here, like this. Here again, whenever I am performing third push operation, again the top is incremented by 1 and now the element 30 is stored over here. This is, you can say that, what is the condition of the stack at the end of all these operations. Clear? Now I am having 3 elements in the stack, 30, 20 and 15. So if I am displaying this stack, I will get the display like this, not like array, that 15, 20 and 30. When we are observing this stack from the top, the 30 we can observe first, after that 20 is present, and after that 15 is present. So recently added element is always on the top of the stack, then the next recently added element, and then the first element. So if I am going to display the stack contents are like this. So while implementing the stack program in C, we have to write down the 3 functions. Push function, which means adding the element into the stack, pop the elements, and then display the elements onto the stack. Yeah. Now just see, initially the stack is empty. Here they are showing initially the stack is empty, so top is having the null value. After that I am performing 2 operations, push operations, push 3 and push 5. So first, because I am performing the first push operation for pushing element number 3, so 3 goes first in the stack, and after that 5 is pushed, and now the 5 is indicated by the top of the stack. After that I am again performing one pop operation. So one pop operation means 5 is removed and now the present stack contents are only 3. Then I am performing 3 push operations continuously. First I am pushing 7, then 99 and then 6. So 3 remains as it is. First, because of I am pushing 7, the contents of the stack are 7, the top is incremented, then 99 element is pushed, and then the element 6 is pushed, and the recently added element is always indicated by the top of the stack. After that I am performing 2 pop operations. Just see here. So 2 pop operation means 6 is removed, first pop operation is over, then 99 is removed, second pop operation is over, and the contents of the stack are only 7 and 3. These are the stack contents. After that I am pushing another elements push. So again on the top of the 7 the 50 is pushed, okay, because already the previously the top is at 7. Then I am performing successively 3 pop operations. So first 50 is removed because of first pop operation, second 7 is removed, third this one is removed, and top is decremented. So again top is having the null value. This is how the stack operates. Stack is having so many applications in the computer languages such as recursion. Before going to discuss the next data structure, only the 2 points are remaining regarding the stack. If we are pushing the elements into the full stack, it is called as stack overflow condition. If we are pushing the elements onto the full stack which is already having all the elements, clear? So it is called as stack overflow. And if we are popping the elements from the empty stack, that there are no elements in the stack, then it is called as stack underflow condition. For example, we created the stack for 5 elements only, for example like this, and now I already pushed 5 elements 11, 22, 33, 44, 55. The capacity of the stack I have already created is 5. So recently added elements means 55 is indicated by the top, and now there is no any space so that I can insert another element. So if I am trying to push again the next element into the full stack, it is called a stack overflow condition. And if I am not having any elements in the stack, I have prepared the stack there for 5 elements, and I am trying to popping the elements from the empty stack. Your stack is not having any elements. I am trying to remove the elements from the empty stack, then this is called as stack underflow condition. Now we will study the next data structure after stack, that is a queue. What is queue? Again similar to the stack, queue is a linear data structure in which now there is a difference. Just concentrate. Elements are inserted from one end of the queue which is generally called as front, and the elements are deleted from the other end which is called as rear. So what is the difference? In queue there are 2 ends available. One end we are using for inserting the elements, and the other end we are using for removing the elements. So this is queue. In the case of stack, only one end is available, that is called as top. But here for in queue there are 2 ends available for us. One end we are using for inserting the element, and other end we are using for removing the element. It is based on the FIFO principle. The stack is based on the LIFO principle, last in first out, but queue based on the FIFO principle, that is first in first out principle. That is element which is inserted first is deleted first. So first in first out, the element which is inserted first in, the same element we are taken out first. So this is called as first in, first out. What is the queue representation? If I am consider that this is a queue, then the element which is inserted first, the 10 is the element which is inserted first in the queue, so 10 is indicated by front. Then the remaining elements I am inserting, and the last element I am inserting is 100, and it is indicated by rear indicator or pointer. So there are two ends available. One end we are using for inserting the element, that is generally called as front, adding the element, and another end we are using for inserting the element here. So one end we are using for deleting the element, another end we are using for inserting the element. Adding the element is generally by using the front end, and not adding the element, we are removing the element from the front end, and we are inserting the element from the rear end. This is called as what is queue. What is a real-time example of this one? Like a stack of books. Here the real-time example, I can give a normal queue in front of the ticket window or in front of the cashier. Clear? So there is a window, one by one the peoples are coming. So the person who come first, clear, it is serviced first by this cashier, and then it is goes out. Then whatever the second person is coming, it is standing generally behind the first person. The third person who is coming generally standing behind the second one, and like that. So the person who is coming first is getting service first from the cashier, and then it is goes out. Then the second person is comes over here, and then it is get service from the cashier, and then going out. So this is, you can say that what is the normal example of the queue. Now in the same way, I will show you the queue operations. What are the various operations you can perform on the queue? The various operations you can perform on the queue are the add operation, where we are adding the elements by using the rear end. We can remove the elements from the queue by using the front end, and you can display the elements present in the queue. For example, before adding or removing any element, I am preparing the queue. Now no elements are present, so my front and rear pointers are pointing to null. Then I am performing first operation, add 10. Then I am performing the second operation, add 20. Then I am performing the third operation, add 30. Then I am performing the next operation, remove. Then I am performing another operation, remove. Then again I am performing operation add 40, like this. Then how one by one operations are carried out? First, the front and rear are pointing to the nothing, that is the null value. Now whenever I am performing first operation add 10, where it is get added? It is get added as a first element in the queue. This is my queue, for example. So the element 10 is added as a first element, and now the front and rear pointers are pointing to the element number 10. Since there is only one element right now present in the queue, the front and rear I will show F for front and R for rear, clear, for simplicity. So when I am performing first operation, that is add 10, the front and rear are pointing to the same element 10. Then when I am performing the second operation for adding the element 20, the rear pointer is only incremented, and there the 20 is stored. Front end remains as it is to show that this is the first element. Then the rear is incremented only, and there the 20 is get added. Then whenever I am performing the third operation for adding the element 30, the element rear is incremented only and the element 30 is get added. If I am again performing another add operation, again the rear is incremented only and the another element is inserted over here. This is how the adding I can add elements in the queue by using the rear end only. After that I am performing one remove operations. Remove operation, what it does, the first one is get removed, which is indicated by front, so the 10 is get removed and now the front is pointing to the element number 20 because the 10 is removed. The first person goes out, then we are giving service to the second element. Another operation I am performing is again remove. Again what happens, remove means we are using the front end for removing the element from the queue, so again the 20s get removed and again the front is indicated to the next element. Now again I am performing add 40, so adding operation means only rear is get incremented and 40 is get added. So I am getting the front is pointing to element number 30 and the rear is pointing to element number 40. Again if I am performing another operation add 60, again only the rear is incremented and I will get the element 60 over here. After that if I perform the display operation, what type of display I am getting? I am getting 30, then I am getting 40 and then I am getting 60. This is how I can get the elements in the queue when I am performing the display operation. See the difference? In the stack we are getting 60, 40, 30. The recently added elements is always shown as the first element, but here we are getting in a normal way. 30 is the first element which is get displayed, then 40 and then 60 here, because if cashier is sitting over here, who is the next person? The 30 is the next person, okay, not 60, because 60 is the third person which is standing in the queue. So cashier only can see the element number 30. Because of that, in after the display function we will get 30 is displayed first, then 40 and then 60. Okay, now similar we have to write down. So whenever we are going to write down the program for queue, we have to write down the three functions mainly: add, which is generally called as adding the elements in the queue; remove, removing the elements from the queue; and display function. This add and remove are also called as enqueue and dequeue. So adding the elements is also called as enqueuing in the queue, and removing the elements from the queue is also called as dequeuing the queue. And the third function we have to perform is the display function. So we have to write down the C functions for add, remove and display operation. The next one, if I have created the queue which is already full, 1 2 3 4 5, so rear is indicated over here and front is indicated over here. If I already created the queue for 5 elements and I have already added 5 elements, so the scenario at the end of the fifth add operation is 1 2 3 4 5. 5 is indicated by rear, 1 is indicated by front. If I am again try to add the new element here, this condition is called as queue overflow, like a stack overflow. And if nothing is present, just I have created the queue for 5 elements, the front and rear are pointing to the null, and now I want to perform the remove operation on the empty queue. There are no elements present in the queue, but still I am performing the remove operation on the queue. It is called as queue underflow condition. So similar to the stack overflow and stack underflow. Again, the two conditions are present. The queue overflow, whenever I am trying to add the elements in a full queue, I will get queue overflow condition, and whenever I am trying to remove the elements from the empty queue, then it is called as queue underflow condition. So we have to take these conditions also of stack and queue into consideration while we are going to write down the program for program in C language. Okay, what are the applications? Applications generally used in rescheduling, job scheduling, like applications of the operating system. Thank you.
Now you can use any name like a insert, add for your functions. Now here, similar to the stack, I am showing you the graphical representation C. Initially the queue is empty, so front and rear are pointing to the null, and this is an empty queue. Then I am performing the first insert operation, the second insert operation, and the third insert operation, and I am inserting the element A, B and C. So what happens, when I am inserting the first element A, the A is inserted in the empty queue and the front and rear are points to the same element. After that, whenever I am performing the second insert operation, it is inserted by using the rear end only. So front remains at A and B is inserted by incrementing the rear pointer only. Then I am performing the third operation for inserting the element C. So what I am getting, the rear previously is at B, it is incremented by 1, and to that location I am inserting the third element. So at the end of the third insert operation, I will get front pointer is at A and rear pointer is at C. After that, what I am doing, I am performing the remove operation or delete operation. When I am performing the delete operation, the element which is indicated by A, which is indicated by front, is get removed, and now the front is incremented to pointing to the next element in the queue. So after the first delete operation, the A is removed, front is incremented, so front is pointing to the element B and rear is pointing to the element C. Then I am performing another insert operation. So another insert operation, rear is incremented, there the Z is stored, and I will get the queue condition like this: B, C and Z. B is incremented by front, Z is indicated by rear pointer. After that, what I am doing, I am performing two successive delete operations here on the queue. So what I will get, first delete operation, the B is get removed, front is get incremented and it is pointing to C. So this is the condition after one delete operation on this queue. And after second delete operation, what I will get,